Hello everybody, James here, and here we go again. So about a week ago, I was walking down this exact same street actually, and I was talking quickly about Deji, and I was talking about what something that Deji has done, and I was talking about a very similar point to what I'm going to talk about today. However, the meaning of the video is very different, very different. So I'm going to try and cut this video out. I'm going to try and edit it heavily and sort of cut very pieces. I'm going to stop recording and then start recording again because I want this video to be short and I want it to be to the point. I don't want to ramble on. I don't want to keep going. I want to make it short. I want to say every point that I need to very strongly, because this is the point that I feel strong about, and I don't. This is probably one of the points and one of the sort of areas I am most strong about supporting, most strong about, trying to help. I'm sorry to anybody, any other sort of type or whatever, but this is just something I've been affected by, and I just need to get this out here and across. I apologise in advance, as I did for the Deji video. I apologise in advance if this offends anybody, if this makes, because this gives me some strong opinions, if this makes anybody feel a certain negative way, I do apologise, but keep watching to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I will tell you what to do about it. So with all that said, let's get started. Okay, so yesterday I was sitting in my room and I went onto Twitter and I saw that a popular YouTuber and streamer, I don't know if it's an actual YouTuber, but I know he was a streamer, and I think he also did YouTube as well, known as Etika, had died. He was suffering from mental health issues, and unfortunately he ended up committing suicide. And his body was found yesterday. He'd got disappeared. He'd disappeared previously. He'd gone missing. Nobody had contact. Nobody knew where he was. And then I think it was yesterday, but his body was found. This is Wednesday today. This is Wednesday, the 26th of June. This is the same day this video is going out. So yesterday, on Tuesday, the 25th of June. I'm sure his body was found. Now, I didn't ever watch Etika. I didn't know about him. I knew from Keemstar, really was the only person that I knew him from. I knew that he had a mental breakdown, of which the police were involved in, and then I know that he went missing and people were searching for him. That's all I know about him. And then now I know that he was suffering from mental health issues, and unfortunately it kind of, that was the end of him. So I don't have, I'm not upset or affected because he's died necessarily, because I didn't really watch him. I didn't know anything about him. It's like if someone come up to you and said, "Oh, this person's died, who lives in a completely different country you've never ever heard of," you wouldn't feel. You'd be like, "Oh, that's sad and that's bad," but you wouldn't feel any strong, like you wouldn't be affected strongly by it because you don't know the person. Now, I don't know Etika. I've never watched him, so I don't have any strong feelings for him. However, the way that he did die has affected me, and because it brings back the past, and that's why I wanted to make a video to stop anybody from who is ever feeling similar from doing this. And this is what this is mainly what this video is going to be about. The cause of death was suicide due to mental health issues. That's a fact. Now, if I know for some people it might be hard to say, might be hard to think about, and for those people I respect that. Now, mental health is serious. Just because you can't see it as much as physical problems, it does not mean that it's any less. In my opinion, I think it's more dangerous. I think mental health is much more dangerous than physical health. And people think how mental health can't kill you, but it can kill you from the inside. It kills you in a much slower, more painful way than physical health, and I think it is much more deadly. Now, unfortunately, mental health is not compatible to one type of person or one type of lifestyle. Mental health can happen to anybody, and I know that everyone said this, and I know you've already heard this, but it's true. Mental health can happen to any type of person, no matter how much money, love, support, no matter how great their life is or how bad their life is. It can happen to anybody, and it could avoid anybody. Mental health is not a living thing. It doesn't choose who it goes for. If you're a godly saint person who does everything perfectly in life, or if you're a criminal who does everything bad and never does anything good, it can still happen to both of us people. It doesn't choose. It's not like that. Now, unfortunately, mental health is getting more recognised and much more recently than ever before. However, it's still not there. There are still so many people who refuse to talk about it because it has such a stigma to it. It has such a bad reputation and a bad name that people still do not want to speak about it, don't want to accept it. And mental health can also be very hard to find. If you have somebody, because depression, I will take the depression, there's many more examples than just depression, but I'll just take depression as an example for now, is that depression can affect anybody and you don't always see it. Somebody could be smiling, somebody could be happy, somebody could look like they are content, and they can say they are content, but deep down they are damaged. And unfortunately, if somebody has suffered from depression for a long time, or it's quite severe, then if someone's suffering from depression and it's quite a severe type of depression, then unfortunately what you can find is that it has affected them so much that they no longer feel it. Some people do not feel depression, some people know that it's hurting them, but they've learned to live with it, they've learned to deal with it. And although it keeps breaking them from the inside, although it keeps damaging them from the inside, they will never accept it because they don't recognise it, they don't feel it, they don't understand what's going on. Now, unfortunately, this is the most dangerous, in my opinion. With a physical illness, you can see it, you know it's there, and everyone else can see it. With mental illness, it can be as damaging. Somebody could be on the brink of death, really, and still nobody can know. Mental illness is so easy to cover up. Mental illness is so easy to hide because you're not sad. Mental illness is not about crying all the time. Mental illness, you can never cry once and still be suffering. And if you're not crying, if you look okay, then it's easy to fake a smile. It's easy to hide behind a face. And unfortunately, that's where we're at. And that's unfortunately what happens. People hide away and people fake it, and which means that people don't pick it up. People will be eaten by the inside. They will be inside them. They will be so disconnected and so damaged, but they never speak about it because they never feel it. And although they know what damage it's caused and what damage it's doing, they never speak, they never talk, they never do anything because they know, because it's easy, because it doesn't affect you personally. Because it's easy to hide it, because it's harder to talk about it and to explain it and to speak to people. because that option is harder than just to not say it, and just it's harder than not to say anything at all and just hide behind a fake smile. People don't talk about it. People don't say it because of how easy it is just to hide it, and that is more damaging than anything anyone could ever do. Unfortunately, that is where we're at. So my next point is now going to be a message to people who are suffering, even if they know it, if they don't know it, or anything, any type of person who's had mental health, is struggling from mental health, no matter how severe. This is a message to everybody, and even if you don't suffer, this is a message for you in the future if you ever get to that point. Let's hope you don't, but if you ever do, this is still the same message. Okay, so this is my message to anybody who is suffering from mental health, or anybody who knows anybody who is suffering from mental health, and that is talk. That sounds cliche, that sounds wrong, it sounds like unoriginal, whatever you want to call it, but it's true. Honestly, you don't have to talk to somebody, you don't have to write it down to anything. There's always somebody out there who will listen to you. There's always someone out there who will try and help you. There's always somebody who cares about you enough to do everything they can to help you. You know, family, friends, they're all there for you. They will all help you. And if you genuinely have nobody, if you have no family or friends that will ever help you, then I'm here. I will help any single person who's struggling. I will help any single person who's suffering. So that means everybody has at least one person. Everybody has somebody. There's helplines. That's many. There's psychologists. There's counsellors. There's hundreds of people, but you don't even know who's out there to help you. There's hundreds of people that will do everything they can to support you. You may feel genuinely like there is nobody, and if you do, fair play. But just know that there is somebody. There's always people everywhere. And I know it's quite hard when you're suffering to open your eyes. I know, but if you just look around, then you'll see that there's so many people, and all these people are here to help, and all these people want to help. Yeah, I will instantly reply to anybody who's suffering, anybody who has anything they want to say. If you don't feel you can tell anybody, or if you don't feel you can tell anybody, or you're too embarrassed to say anything to anybody, then talk to me. I will say it in complete confidence. I will not tell a single person about anything anyone says to me. I will never ever leak anything online. And if you are suffering, tell me. Yeah? Talk straight away. Explain exactly what's going on. Even if it seems the most smallest, insignificant thing ever, or if it is the most major, severe thing ever. I may not be able to help you instantly, but I will show you support. I will show you where to go, and if it's something minor, then I'll help you the best I can there. But there is no such thing as a minor health issue. Every health issue is severe. Every health issue needs something to be sorted. When I struggled, I haven't fully got over mine. You know, I'm still struggling. Okay, now I've learnt to cope, which is not good. Okay, I'm seeing a counsellor at the moment to help me. Yeah, okay, it's not good just to cope or just to deal with it, because you never will. You will never deal with it, and you will never ever cope. So what I will say to you now is this. Okay, when I started struggling, I had minor issues. There were minor problems. Okay, I could do my life as normal. Nothing changed in my life, but it was just a couple of thoughts, let's say, a day of minor issues. Now, I had the mindset of, it's only minor. I'm not being affected. It's not affecting my life, so why should I say something? It's only minor. Nobody cares anyway about small little dramas. Okay, that was my mindset. Very quickly that become moderate, major. Suddenly it starts to impact my life, but it's already it's not too late. But I thought it was too late. I thought that, oh, that stuff happened ages ago. It's too late to deal with it. And this is, and then it become bigger, much bigger. Then I went from the mindset of, it must be something wrong with me. Why am I struggling for something that is so minor? This won't affect other people. Why is it affecting me so much? And then it becomes, well, other people are dealing with more stuff than I am. Oh look, they're struggling with this and this and this. I should be grateful for what I have. My life should be grateful. Now, quickly that becomes severe, and quickly that affects my whole life. And then I'm struggling. I couldn't keep relationships. My parents' relationships, my family relationships, my friends, everything. All relationships were affected by it because I couldn't speak, because I didn't want to speak. And unfortunately then that escalates, and then I feel like I'm alone. Then I feel like I've got nobody. Then I feel like I've done something wrong, and that makes it worse. And then suddenly I'm completely alone. I'm not alone. I was never alone, because my family and friends are always there for me. But I had the mindset of I'm alone because that's what I've put in myself. No, it's never ever too late. Nothing is ever too minor. Nothing is ever too big. Nothing is ever too late. If you're dealing with any one single thought that is so minor that nobody else will listen to, because it's like, come on, shut up, it's only this, it's only that, deal with it. Okay? I guarantee not every single person will say that. I guarantee that your family will listen to you if you tell you how it's impacting you. If they tell you how it's impacting you, your friends will listen to it. And if they don't, a counsellor will. If you don't want to go see them, I will. No matter how minor, no matter how small, I will never mock you. I will never leak you. I will give you my full attention and my full support that I possibly can to help you. Because I know how much it hurts, and I know how much it can affect people, and I know how much thoughts can linger. Now listen. Time heals. Okay? Time can heal. Time is the best form of making someone better. Yes? But time is also the most damaging. Sitting on a thought, letting it just build up and build up, because that's worse. And also, if you have one minor incident and you let it build up and build up and build up, then it changes. What's happened changes. How you feel about it changes for the worse. You could have someone come up to you and push you in the back. Okay, you initially get pushed in the back, you go, oh, what a cunt, and he walks off. Fine, done. But if you let it linger, if it affects you and you think about it later that day, talk straight away. Because if you don't, what will happen is it will build up and you'll think, why has he done that? Why doesn't he like me? What's wrong with me? Okay? That then becomes dangerous, because then you start to blame yourself. If you blame yourself for anything that's happened to you but isn't in your control, obviously, if you've done something, if you've kicked someone and you've got in trouble for it, then it's your fault. If something's happened to you, if you're a victim, then you get my 100% support, because it's not right. Now, obviously, mental health now has my full support. I will support anybody for it. Okay? It's never too late. You never have the money. Money is not an issue. Time is not an issue. Severity is not an issue. It needs to be done, and it needs to be dealt with instantly. Because the longer it sits, the longer you wait, the worse it becomes. Now, the last point on this is just, please, anybody suffering from anything, there's always help. There's everybody out here. There's so many helplines. There are so many people that you know that you don't know. Hey, people that you know, there's so many people that will help you. People you don't know will be willing to do anything to support you. Suicide is never an option because once you go, that's it. There's no getting better. Okay? 4 or 5 years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago now, I was thinking about it. I was gonna do it, and I didn't. And that was the smartest move I've ever done. Now, I didn't do it. The reason I wanted to was because I felt like there was no getting better. I felt genuinely that so much bad stuff had happened, that this was some sort of punishment for something that I'd done. I felt that I'd hit rock bottom, and I thought that there was no getting back up. I didn't think anyone would listen to me. I didn't think anyone would help me, and I thought that my life was over. I thought that my life was over because there was no help. I wasn't going to help myself because I wasn't in the mood to. I was so low that I wasn't going to help myself, and I was just happy just to let myself go. And that would have been it. The thing with being at the bottom, the thing with having nobody, is that you can't lose anything else. If you lose everything, or if you lose everybody and everything, you can't go any lower. You cannot sink lower than 0. If you're at the lowest, there's only one way you can go. Okay? If there's no hope for you, then there's only one thing you can get. And as long as you keep true to yourself, there will always be people with you. If you have nobody, then you cannot go any lower. I am now. I didn't think I had anybody. Okay? And I will tell you what happened. And I will tell you what happened truthfully. What happened was that my issues were caused by one person. There was one person that I knew. Okay? And it was a girl. This was when I was it was either year 10 or year 11. I split up with this girl. It didn't last long. It lasted about like a month-ish. Like, it wasn't even that long. It wasn't that deep. I didn't even see the girl. I haven't even seen her in real life yet. So but we kind of stopped talking, and that was it. I suddenly went from not really caring about her or anything to now feeling like everything had gone. I didn't feel like she cared about me. I didn't think she even listened to me, and I was ready. And I genuinely thought, you know, without her, what is there? And I was ready. I self-harmed. I was low. Now, what happened then was that somebody that one of my mates who was at the school found out, and instantly told her, and instantly spread it around, and to people who he knew who I liked, and instantly she comes straight back and said, "Look, don't do it. Don't fucking. What are you doing, you idiot?" Basically. And I had people suddenly around me saying, "Hey, like, picking me up." People who I didn't think even cared was now around me. Now, I am so thankful for these people. I'm so thankful for these people around me, because without them, I don't know where I'd be. Now, what I'm saying to you is that there's always people. There's always at least one person, because I am here for everybody, and you all have at least one person who you know personally Okay? If anything goes through your head at all, doesn't have to be suicide, doesn't have to be bad mental health. If anything at all, in any way, goes through your head negatively, tell them, get it off. Tell anybody, because it will get you better. Okay? And if you don't want to talk, if you don't like talking, write it down. Write down everything that you felt and give it to somebody, or tell someone where it is so they can pick it up. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to do anything except for write it down. Okay? Because once you've done that, people will understand and people will put measures there to help you. Okay? If you want it in confidence, tell someone in confidence. If you want it out in the open, tell people honestly and out in the open. Yes? Don't air your dirty laundry in public. Don't give away your information for people that you don't trust fully, because they'll use it and they'll make you feel worse. Tell people who you trust and tell people who will keep it fully in confidence. Okay? I will keep any information, anything that goes on, 100% in confidence. I will keep it so personal because it's a personal thing that attached to you. I am so strongly for people who want to talk about mental health, and I understand fully people who are suffering and don't want to talk. Okay? It impacts everyone, it hurts everybody, and no one should have to deal with it alone. And nobody should ever feel like they are alone, because nobody is alone. And that's all I'm going to say for this video. Look, anybody out there, please don't do anything silly, please. If you throw away your life, then you won't get better. Your life will not get worse. If you commit suicide, your life will not get worse. I can guarantee you it will not get worse, but it will never ever get better. And the people that you love, it will get worse for them. You will drag down people that you love. You will drag down people that love you the most and care for you the most. You will drag them down. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much and for listening. And please, if you get this far, please just listen to what I'm saying. Please talk if you're feeling bad. We want to learn from what happened to Etika. We want to learn, but it makes it worse. Not talking makes it worse, and until you do something so extreme, please just learn from what he did. Listen to what I'm saying, and if you are feeling bad at all, get some help, please, because I promise you now it will get better. Coming from somebody who is seeking help, who's been low, who's been at the lowest point. I've been at the lowest point, and I'm getting out of it. I'm getting support, and I'm having people around me to help me build me back up. And it helps, and it really helps. So please listen to me. Take me as an example. Don't take Etika as an example for what to do. Take me as an example. Take other people around you who's got out of mental health issues. Use them. Use people around you that inspire you, not people who have gave up. Because giving up is always a failure. Thank you so much for watching. And please just learn. Please. That's all I ask.